he's never asked himself that big question everyone needs to ask themselves before they try and sell anything ever, quite clearly.
No, the very first thing anyone should ask themselves before getting into business is, whom am I selling to? Who is it I want to sell to? We've kind of touched on this before. I remember when Airhead asked me years ago, Holly, she said, I'd like to run my own business like you, Dad. What should I do? And I think she wanted me to come out with something really exciting, fucking sell people astronaut training or something, And I said, well, the real question to ask is, who do you want to sell to? Obviously, if you're starting a business from scratch, if you've got any sense at all, with rare exception, I mean, if you've got something you really love doing and there is a market for it, say like PT, then of course you kind of almost de facto, a fait accompli, you go into being a PT. There's nothing wrong with that. But even then, you should be thinking, okay, I'm going to become a PT. So who am I going to become PT for? Rather than say, I want to be a PT. So what gym can I work in? Wrong question. Always be thinking before you start a business, who am I going to actually sell this to? I remember some years ago, a woman joined my old inner circle. She was a bookkeeper by trade. And she wanted to sell, I mean, this is how fucking ludicrous it was. She wanted to sell a monthly membership to people who struggle to manage their money and have no money. Poor people, basically. And I said to her, but they haven't got any money. Why are you trying to sell something to people who don't have any money in the first place? These people don't want to learn to manage their money, otherwise they will be doing so. And if they do, you should be charging them something, this should be a high-end program for people who are determined to do it. But she wanted to sell it cheap, and she sold it. I mean, I'm going back about 8 years now. She sold herself at £15 an hour as a qualified bookkeeper. Wow. She didn't stay long, as you can imagine, because I don't have time for people. I mean, I don't mince my words, as you know, and if people are doing stupid things, I tell them that's a stupid thing to do. You will not make money doing that. And the classic one is that woman who was the graphic designer who wanted to make graphic design, high quality graphic design, affordable to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, everyone isn't your fucking target market, and if you unless you're stupid, your target market is going to be people who've got money to spend. Now that doesn't necessarily mean they're affluent. I mean, you're making a good decision if you go for affluent people, of course, but you don't have to. I mean, it just has to be something they want very much. So, you can sell airline tickets and things to chavs very easily because chavs like to go to fucking Benidorm. But take the Amish, for instance, and we've mentioned this one before, the Amish kitchen designers, $250,000 for a kitchen. Well, they obviously target very wealthy people and they make their money. It'd be pointless for them trying to sell $250,000 kitchens to anyone who just rolled up in their fucking horse and cart,
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense. So, the first thing all the subbies listening to this, especially those who are serving the domestic market and the ones that's our bread and butter, so plumbers, electricians, anyone who working in kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, extensions, renovations, that kind of thing. So any subby listening to this, the first thing to ask yourself is whom do I want to work for? Who are my clients? Well, your best clients are going to be the ones with money, with the will and the wherewithal to spend it. Well, they're dead easy to find because no matter where you live, I bet within a 20-mile radius of where you live, there are affluent postcodes. So if you're going to do any kind of printing and flyers and things, rather than bombarding the whole of fucking Leicester with it, including places where they don't have so much money, hit places like Knighton and Oadby, where they have loads of money. Well, that's fucking marketing 101. But again, most guys and girls don't know this. They just don't think about it. Not everyone is your customer. Not everyone is your client. You don't want everyone either, because some are just shitheads.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing you ask yourself. Big focus. Who am I selling to?